Oh my gosh, I'm here to do a tutorial on how to make this really jaggedy necklace. Like I said, with pirate wear, the more texture and crazy crap you have going on, the better your costume is gonna look. Trust me on that. This is one that can be used as like a necklace, which I think gives it wonderful texture, and it's got all this fishnet hanging down. Or if you were feeling crazy, you could wear it as like a real jacked up bonnet, maybe, right? Or additionally, you can make a fuller one and just use it for a skirt. We'll be sure to take pictures of that, like stock pictures, so they'll actually work for the tutorial. So let me show you guys just the basics of making this piece. So what I did to make my finished piece is I took about a 4-yard piece of ribbon. You could probably go a little bit longer if you were feeling crazy. And I cut it roughly into thirds, which isn't too hard. Dun, 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 dun. And this can be any kind of ribbon. It doesn't need to be grosgrain. I just happen to have a whole lot of the gross grain, which a lot of you call it, and I think it's adorable. That's how it's spelled. It's G-R-O-S. Anyway, so I happen to have a lot of this because it's what we tie our corsets with. What I did was I started in about, what is that, 8 inches in from the ends, and I tied them all together. And then this is hard to show because I don't have like a place to tape it because that backdrop is not solid, just in case you didn't know. But what I basically did was started just braiding it, and then as I got down to about where I would want to have some jingly janglies hanging down, I would start just weaving them into the actual braid. So it's not too hard as long as you know how to braid. If you don't know how to braid, go back to grade school, play on the playground, learn some braiding. What the heck happened to you as a child to make you not know how to braid? Seriously, guys, seriously. After you've got a little bit braided, I just sort of hold it up and say, okay, I'm gonna tie it right there. Where do I want the extras to come down? And like I said, to weave a piece in, I just take the bottom section of my braid. This would be so much easier if I had a table. Bless my tender heart. I took a big pile of fishnet and I cut them into a bunch of real jig-jaggedy strips. The uglier work you do, the better, which is like one of the only places you'll get to do this in your life where it's like, man, that looked like real crap. Good job. Love that. So I'm just going to take the fishnet. This works really well because all you have to do is slide it through one of the holes. And then just keep doing your braiding. I did want to note that you want to do a nice loose braid so that you've got enough space to tie some more stuff in there. So as you're going along, putting in more of these, you're gonna want to make it, I don't want to finish the whole thing because it's gonna take a long time. It's a project. But you finish it until you have about a symmetrical layer that goes from about there, and then you're just going to braid the rest of it like normal. On my little prototype here, I'll show you how I went back in and wove some cool stuff in there. So one of my ideas that I like is taking a longer piece of ribbon, and I really honestly just took one end, sort of tied it in a little knot so that it was secure. And then even though this ribbon is really beautiful, what I did was nasty it up. Because like I said, apparently the pirate's life is not clean and junk. So I cut it in little diagonal cuts up the ribbon, almost mimicking a feather. And the cool thing about most ribbons is that they really fray pretty beautifully. You just have to know sort of technique. So with this ribbon, which happens to be an organza, sort of the sheer stuff, what you do is make your little cuts, and then I just pull my hand up the cuts, and then it's sort of nasty and it gives it a lot of texture. And then eventually, you get to this beautiful piece. The more stuff you hang from it, the better it looks. I want to go back in and add some like funky wooden beads tied into the ribbons on this one. And the ribbons are the same thing. Just tie them into one of those loose parts of the braid, put some more crap in there, and like I said, then you have this fabulous necklace, and I dare you to wear it somewhere conventional, like church. Any questions you have, let me know. I'll answer them. It's not too hard. Just braid some crap into some crap.